Since we have had no stories tonight, I will venture, Mr. President, to tell a story that I have heretofore heard at nearly all the banquets I've ever attended. It is a story simply, and you must bear with it kindly. This story is told by a friend of us all, who is found in all parts of all countries, who is immoderately fond of a funny story, and who, unfortunately, attempts to tell a funny story himself, one that he has been particularly delighted with. Well, he's not a storyteller. And especially, he's not a funny storyteller. His funny stories, indeed, are oftentimes touchingly pathetic. But to such a story as he tells, being a good-natured man and kindly disposed, we have to listen. Because we do not want to wound his feelings by telling him that we've heard that story a great number of times, and that we've heard it ably told by a great number of people from the time we were children. But, as I say, we cannot hurt his feelings. We cannot stop him. We cannot kill him. And so the story generally proceeds. He selects a very old story, actually, and generally tells it after this fashion. I heard an awful funny thing the other day. I don't know whether I can get it out or not. But anyhow, I'll tell it to you. Well, let's see now. How's the fool thing go? Oh, yes. Well, there was a fellow one time who was doing the army. And this feller I had started to tell you about was in the war. And there was a big fight going on. And this feller was in the fight, and it was a big battle, and bullets flying every which way. And bombshells are busted, and cannonballs are flying out, and promiscuous. And this fella right in the midst of it, you know, and all excited, and head up and charging away. And the first thing you know, along came a cannonball and shot his head off. Hold it here a minute. No, sir, I'm getting ahead of my story. No, it didn't shoot his head off. I'm getting the cart before the horse there. Shot his leg off. That was the way it was. Shot his leg off. And down the poor fella trapped. And of course, in that condition, was perfectly helpless. You know, but yet with presence of mind enough to know he was in a dangerous condition if something wasn't done for him right away. So he seen a comrade a-charging by that he knowed, and he hollers to him and called him by name. I just remember now what the fellow's name was. Well, that's got nothing to do with the story anyway. He hollers to him. He did. He says, "Hello there." He says to him, "Yeah, I want you to come here and give me a lift. I got my leg shot off, and I want you to pack me back to the rear of the battle, where the doctors always is, you know, during a fight." And he says, "I want you to pack me back there where I can get medical attention, or I'm a dead man. For I got my leg shot off," he says, "and I want you to pack me back there so the surgeons can take care of me." Well, the fella, as luck would have it, recognized him and run to him and threw down his old musket so he could pick it up. And he stooped down and picked it up, and kiddo halfway shouldered him and halfway held him betwixt his arms and like, and then he turned and started back with him. Now mind, the fight was still going on. And right at the heart of the battle, and the fellow all excited, you know, like he was, and the soldier that had his leg shot off, getting kind of funny, faintly like. And his head kind of stuck back over the fellow's shoulder that was carrying him. And he hadn't got more than a couple of rods with him when another cannonball came along and took his head off. Sure enough, and curious thing about it was that the fellow was attacking him didn't know he had been hit again at all. And back he went, still carrying the deceased back to where the doctors could take care of him. As he thought, well, his captain happened to see him, and he thought it was a rather curious proceeding, a soldier carrying a dead body out of the fight, don't you see? And so he hollers at him, and he says to the soldier, the captain did, he says, hello there, where are you going with that thing? The captain said to the soldier who was carrying him away, the feller had his leg shot off. Well, his head too by that time. So he says, where are you going with that thing? The captain said to the soldier who was carrying the fella that he had his leg shot off. Well, the soldier, he stopped, kind of halted, you know, like a private soldier when his presiding officer speaks to him, and he says to him, why, he says, Cap, it's a comrade of mine, and the poor fella has his leg shot off. And I'm a-packing him back to where the doctor's is, and there's no one to help him, and the fellow would have died in his track, if it hadn't been for me, and I'm a-packing him where the surgeons can take care of him, where he can get medical attention. His wife's a widower. He says, because he's got his leg shot off. The captain says, you blame fool, he's got his head shot off. So then the fella slapped his grip on the body and let it slide down to the ground and looked at it a minute, all puzzled, you know, and he says, why, he told me it was his leg.